and welcome to Trade Finance Talks. I'm Mahika Ravi Shankar, Deputy Editor at Trade Finance Global, and we're coming to you today from the 2025 Sibos Conference in Frankfurt, Germany. I'm joined by Arjo Haksteen of Surecomp, and we're going to talk a little bit about supply chain finance and how it can help increase resilience in a fragmented world. Arjo, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you too.
We'll start with some quick introductions. Just tell me a bit about yourself, your role within Surecomp, and what brings you to Sibos this year.
Yeah, so thank you. In Surecomp, I'm heading the solution consulting department. So my team is responsible for our pre-sales activities in Surecomp. So you think of RFPs, RFIs, the responses there to commercial proposals, doing product demonstrations. So here at Sibos, of course, we're looking into strengthening our relationships with customers and partners, and looking to do new business together with the wider sales team. And of course, and certainly not least, the latest trends in the transaction banking landscape, and especially technology.
And speaking of which, I think let's just get straight into it. I want to start by addressing the trade finance gap, which is persistently at the $2.5 trillion figure. The Asian Development Bank's updated survey next month is going to reveal that the figure has maintained its position. How can supply chain finance developments help in closing this gap? And can these new developments like digitalization contribute at all?
So the obvious answer is yes, right? Digitization is really at the core of, I think all companies around the globe. So what digitization does, it really unlocks efficiency, transparency. That means the world, right? Doing things more efficient in terms of saving time, having less errors. So we at Surecomp, we really believe in digital collaboration. That's also why we have our Revo platform, which really is an ecosystem to bring together all the parties in the trade and supply chain finance space. We really believe that will have the impact that it's intended to have.
But the trade finance gap adversely harms smaller businesses in like emerging market economies where maybe digital literacy is not something that's prioritized. How does Surecomp account for that? Do you have any presence in these kind of markets?
Yeah, so we have our business globally. Of course, in some regions we're stronger than in the other, but especially we see the emerging economies developing. It's going rapidly. Not everywhere, there's yet the embrace of digital processing, but that's what we try to bring in our platform. So either onboarding people directly on the platform, or supplying or empowering our customers like banks with AI technology, so that they can make more cumbersome processes that mostly are triggered via email, to actually help digitize that flow, which I think is for some banks still 70% of their incoming flow.
And can you explain what this onboarding process looks like?
Yeah, so it depends on what flow, but typically banks look for a back office to process their supply chain finance and trade finance business, and then a digital front end for their corporate customers. So we provide both in Surecomp. So also separately integrated into other solutions, or all Surecomp solutions. And then digital onboarding flow via a front-end platform would be that a corporate get a digital invite and then go through a digital onboarding process themselves. So for getting their accounts, doing KYC activities, everything up to the moment that they are onboarded to actually participate in the bank's transactions.
I want to now dig a bit deeper into supply chain finance itself. In a world where supply chains are constantly at threat and geopolitical volatility has just become ubiquitous with global trade, how can supply chain finance help in your understanding of it?
Yeah, so there are so many dimensions to this question. But what I think in essence, supply chain finance solutions, what they really bring is efficiency and transparency to all parties in the supply chain. And typically the facilities in supply chain finance. They will follow the patterns of the parties involved and the business flows. And with transparency, it can help cope with all the changes going on in the environment. So transparency and digital collaboration is really the key there.
Those two key words. Thanks. I'm going to move to talk a little bit about fraud now as well. Can the transparency and efficiency which supply chain finance provides help counter frauds like trade-based money laundering, for example, which are prevalent in the industry?
Also here, the obvious answer is yes. I think it's one of the major focus areas also of these type of solutions. I already touched upon bringing transparency. So any flow that's changing from being more paper-based or not, let's say, governed by a system to being on a digital platform, it increases insight, and with that also, the reduction of fraud, money laundering, especially also because if the process is digital, you can connect solutions of third parties that are focused in those areas. And so one of the biggest challenges for banks and thus also their customers is all the increasing legislation and governance in KYC processes. So this can be integrated in a digital platform. Vessel tracking, digital signatures, digital invoicing, anything that's out there, we can connect in an ecosystem, and with that help to reduce fraud risk.
I mean, in theory, it all sounds great and it sounds pretty intuitive, but what have been some tangible results from your perspective?
Yeah, so tangible results, it's really in having our customers, both corporates and financial institutions, seeing the improvements in how they collaborate, how they advocate to also bringing other parties into this whole solution, and we see it growing every year. So we launched our Revo platform 3 years ago, and every year we see the volumes growing. But also, of course, we bring new features, we bring new partners, and with that, the ecosystem will evolve and only get bigger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the biggest, I think, indicator is the customer satisfaction. Mm-hmm. We see that among our own customers, but also for, let's say, mostly our banking customers. They're on their corporate side also having better customer satisfaction scores. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Arjo. I'm going to end by challenging you a bit to look into the future. What future trends do you see emerging within supply chain finance, maybe in the next 5 to 10 years?
So, nowadays things are changing so rapidly. The horizon of 5 or 10 years is quite a long one. I don't have a glass ball, but I truly believe that digitalization and all the technical advancements we see happening at the moment, they will mature, they will get better. Of course, AI is something, we haven't seen the full potential of that. There's so many things that will improve over the next years. Who knows where it goes? I think we see recently also the bigger financial institutions adopting and agreeing on crypto type solutions, distributed ledgers. So that's something that will evolve and really mature. Yeah, and then you touched upon the other big dimensions like geopolitical pressure, changing demographics. Yeah, those are all things to take into account. But I'm sure we will see a heavily digitized world, and the good news is globally. So it doesn't matter whether it's emerging markets or the more advanced ones. We will see it throughout all those markets, and I think global trade in a digitized way, that's what will make all our lives better.
Thanks, Arjo. Lots to look out for, and it's been really interesting hearing what's been going on at Surecomp. So thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.